So in the last class, we saw about synchronization, right? Synchronization is the concept of running the threads in sequence order, right? So that is what we saw. So I'm going to show you some examples today for synchronization, how we are going to implement this synchronization concept in program. Okay. Synchronization in Java is the capability to control the access of multiple threads to any shared resources. Okay, so you can give some order for executing the threads. Okay, that is called synchronization. Okay, that means we are controlling the execution of threads. Okay, using synchronization. Okay, so normally in a multi-threaded environment, any resource can be, so any thread can access any resource. Okay, that is the situation. But in order to avoid that multi-threading issues like deadlock issues, we can put any resource into a synchronization block or method so that it, at a time only one thread can access that particular part. Okay, that is called synchronization. Okay, so we have a multiple types of synchronization. In this way, we can implement it. One is a mutual exclusive, another is a cooperation. Okay, in mutual exclusive, we have a synchronized method way and synchronized block way and static synchronization. Okay, so these three we are going to see today. Okay, and we have a inter-thread communication, that is an example of kind of a deadlock situation. Okay, how to handle a deadlock situation, that we will see in the next class. Okay. Okay, I hope you know what is deadlock situation. Multiple threads are trying to access the same resource at the same time. Okay, that is called a deadlock situation. Okay, so how we are going to avoid the deadlock situation using synchronization, that is called cooperation. Okay. So let me go to the first example. Okay, so here, so this program is like a normal multi-threading program. Okay, so if I run this program, so it has multiple threads. Okay, see, so I have a class called a table. Okay, consider this as a resource. Okay, so you can consider it as a printer. Okay, so this printer, okay, so this class is a resource. Okay, this resource will be needed in two threads. One is my thread 1 and another is my thread 2. Okay, so two threads are going to access same resource at a time. Okay, so in this situation, how multi-threaded environment will be working, that is what we are going to see. Okay, so if you look at this, I have a public class test synchronization 2. Okay, I have a main method here. I just create an object reference for the resource. Okay, table resource. Okay, and I create two objects for thread. Okay, two threads, my thread 1 and my thread 2. Okay, so I'm going to start both the threads simultaneously. Okay, so that means any thread can access that resource at the same time. Okay, so starting means it will be ready to run stage, so that either T1 or T2 can access the thread first. Okay, so that is the working principle of multi-threading environment, right? So either T1 can finish first or T2 can finish first. Okay, so we cannot predict the output. Okay, so in this situation, both T1 and T2 are trying to access the resource called a table. Okay, so in this, I just have a run method. So in this run method, I just called print table method. Okay. So in this print table method, I just have a for loop. Okay, for loop of 1 to 5. Okay. So I just print the value n star I. So whatever I am passing, if I pass 5, then 5 into 1, 5 into 2, 5 into 3, 5 into 4, 5 into 5, like that. So up to 5 times it will repeat. Okay, it will print that value, and then it will go for sleep of 400 milliseconds. Okay, so then once it has gone to sleep, automatically other thread will enter into the resource, and it will try to run it. Okay, so that means, so for T1, suppose T1 is coming first, then it will print that number, and then it will go for sleep. Then T2 will come, it will print, and it will go for sleep. Then T1 will, by the time T1 will be awakened. Okay, so then T1 will be run, then T2 will be run. So this T1 and T2 threads will be running simultaneously, one after another. Okay, so this is how multi-threading environment will be working. This is a normal situation. It's not a synchronized situation. Okay, let me run it now. Okay, if you see here, it is printing like 500, 200, 10, 300. There is no order in it. Okay, so now I want to make it as order. Okay, one by one only it should execute. Okay, that means if a T1 comes first, okay, T1 should be executed first fully. Okay, then only T2 should come. Okay, so I want T1 to finish first, then T2 to enter and complete, or T1 finish, T2 finish first, and T1 enter after finishing the T2. Okay, so for that purpose, I'm going to make this method as synchronized method. Okay, so this is the first way, right? So I'm going to make it as synchronized method. So to make any method as synchronized, you just need to add this keyword. That's all. Okay. So just this keyword. Okay. So that's all. So I didn't make any other change. Only I added a synchronized keyword for this method. So for this print table method. Okay. I just save it. Okay, and then I'm going to run it now. Okay, now see this 5, 10, 15, 25, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Right? So that means it is running in a order, in a sequence order. Okay, that means T1 is completed first, then T2 comes, or T2 completed first, then T1 comes. Okay, so even if it is going for sleep, another thread will not enter into the resource. Okay, that is the meaning. Okay, so even sleep will not give the control to another thread. Okay, so it will wait for the thread to be completed. Okay, until finishing time. Okay, up to end. So from starting to end, it will complete first. Then only another thread can enter into that resource. Okay, so this is called synchronized method. Okay, any question? Any question? Are you guys understanding this? This is very simple. Okay, so I just showed you the difference between normal multi-threading program and synchronized program. Okay, yeah, so it's clear, right? So this is synchronized method. Okay, second way is synchronized block, right? So you can achieve the same result using synchronized block also. Okay, but what is the difference between synchronized method and synchronized block is synchronized block is a subset of method. That means even smaller than a method. Okay, so you can make a part of a method as synchronized, so that that part alone will be working as a synchronized method or synchronized block. Okay, so that means that part alone will be only one thread can access that part in that program, okay, at the same time. Okay, so that is the difference between synchronized block and synchronized method. Okay, so if you see here, I have a method here, right? Print table, same program only. There is no other change in the logic. Okay, same program. I have a 2 threads and 1 resource table. Okay. Okay. So in this, so consider this is a normal program. Okay, and I am going to run it now. Okay. So here any thread can run at any time. Okay, if one thread is going for sleep, then another thread will come and it will execute. Okay, so simultaneously both the threads will be running and finishing. Okay, we don't know which thread will be completed first. Okay, so but now I'm going to make this area, this for loop. Okay, this is the main area, right? Main area of this resource. Okay, I'm going to make this part as a synchronized. Okay, using synchronized block. Okay, so I just made this as a synchronized block. That's all. Synchronized of this. Okay, like this you have to pass. Okay, so this always points to current class. Okay, this means current class. Okay, so I just made it as a synchronized block. Okay, let's see the output now. Okay, see now it is running in a sequence order, right? Right. So even if a thread goes to sleep, it will wait for the time to be elapsed and then it will continue running until it completes. Okay, so that means you can achieve the same result using both the synchronized method as well as synchronized block. Okay, so only slight difference. So you can make any number of statements as synchronized block instead of making entire method as synchronized. Okay, so this is second way. Okay, third way. What is the third way? It's a static synchronization. Okay, what is static synchronization? So whenever you make anything as a static, that means it is for the class level. Okay, it is for the class level. So if you make any synchronized block or method as static, then means the lock will be on the entire class. Okay, see here. So this is an example. Okay, I have made this method as synchronized static method. Okay, that means, so static always belongs to class, right? So that means the lock will be at the entire class level. Okay, okay, so I have a 4 threads here, thread 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, so in this all threads I'm going to call the static table. Okay, that means, so you cannot use the object unlike the previous one. Okay, see here how I am calling the print table method using this object, right? Using the reference. Okay, here I need to call using class name. Okay, class name dot method name of some number, 1000, 100, 10. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do now. Okay, so let's see the okay. Let's run it now. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Then 100, 200, 500, 300. See, up to 10,000 it will print. Then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 4 threads, right? For all the threads, it is running. Okay. So if you see this, you can understand. So thread 5 executed at the last. Okay. If you see 1, we are passing right 1. So it has executed last. Then thread 6 executed first. Okay, thread 7 executed second. So like that. Okay. So any thread can enter, but it will complete its entire course. Okay, then only another thread will come. Okay. So up to now we have understood how we can implement the synchronization for a program in a Java program, right? So we have a 3 ways: synchronized method, synchronized block, and static synchronization. Okay. So using any one of this method, you can make your program as thread safe. Okay. So yeah, one more word we will call it as thread safe. Okay. So you can hear this word in many places. What is the meaning of thread safe means? If you are using synchronized method or synchronized block, okay, then this program or this resource is called thread safe. Okay. So let me explain you. So in this, I have a resource synchronized table, right? I'm making this resource as synchronized, right? That means it is called thread safe. This resource is called thread safe. That means at a time only one thread can access it. Okay, that is called thread safe. Okay, thread safe means only one thread can access the resource at the same time. Okay, that is called thread safe. Okay, so there may be some questions in the interview like how you can make a resource as thread safe, or how you can make a program as thread safe, like that they will be asking. Okay, so the answer for this question is you can make that class methods as synchronized method or synchronized block. Okay, so you can apply this synchronization concept so that that resource will be made as thread safe. Okay. Static using, so by normal way we are using static, right? What is the meaning of static? So static means it is associated with a class. Okay. So how you can call the static method and static variables? You can by using class name only. Okay. So that is the only difference. See here, I'm just calling using the class name dot method name. That's all. Okay. So in the synchronized method and synchronized block, I just call the print table method using reference. Okay. That is the only difference. Okay. So static will not make any difference in the output. Okay. So how you are going to call the resource, that is the difference. Okay. So here you have to use the class name. For a normal method or normal block, you need to call using class reference or class object. Okay, that is the only difference. Normal program, if you are not at all using any thread concept in your program, then there is no need of synchronization at all. Okay, you don't need to go for synchronization. When do you require a synchronization, or when do you need a synchronization is when your application is or your application will be accessed by multiple resources, okay, or your application, or you have a multiple modules in your application, and all the modules will be accessing one particular resource. During this situation, you need to go for multi-threading environment. Okay, so you need to go for when you are going for multi-threading environment, then you need to go for synchronization concept. Okay, so when the situation comes to use this threading concept, then only you need to think about synchronization. Otherwise, no need of using synchronization. Okay, so let me give some practicals to you. Okay, yeah. So I have some complex programs for you. Okay, so please try these programs. Okay, let me show you to you. Yeah, so take your programs. Okay, first program. Okay, so can anyone guess what kind of input it is? If you see this line within braces, open brace and close brace, what kind of, yeah, Parisa, you're correct. Yeah, array. So it's a array data, right? Array of what? Array of strings, correct. Yeah, array of strings. Okay. How many strings are there in this array? What is the length of the string array? Yeah, 3, correct. Yeah. So you have to take an input like this for your program. Okay. So maybe from runtime. Okay. From runtime, you can take it. Okay. So just like, so how you can take a runtime input from console, you know, using input stream. Okay. So suppose, see here, you have to take the runtime input, means you have to create a input stream object. Okay, so this is there in the IO package. Input stream in equal to new input stream of so you need to pass an input stream, that is system.in. Okay, system.in means it's a console input stream. Okay, right. So input stream is a input stream. Correct. Okay, so input stream is a interface. Interface, right? Let's see, or abstract class. Yeah, so it's an abstract class. Okay, so since it is an abstract class, you cannot instantiate it. Okay, so you have to use the implemented class buffered input stream of system.in. Okay, so now you can read in dot read line. Okay. So read will read the characters one by one. Okay. So in dot read will read only one character, but you need a multiple characters, right? Entire, if you want to read entire line, then you have to use read line. Okay, there is a method in some other class. One second, let me check. Buffered reader. Okay. So you need to make a buffered reader. Buffered reader. This one. Yeah, new input stream reader. Correct. Okay, so this is how you can read from the command prompt. Okay. Okay, so you need to throw exception. Okay, so if so this will return one line. Okay, that means in the command prompt you can type, and if you enter, then that entire line will be assigned to this string. Okay, so this is how you can read it from the line. Okay, so now the program is you have to read it from the that means command prompt runtime input. Okay, so this is an array. Okay, you have to get it from the command prompt. Okay, and you need to print it like 1 space 2 space 3 space 4. Okay, so this is output. Okay, you got it. So take this as a first exercise. Yeah, scanner also you can use. Great. Okay, so this is an input, this is an output. Okay, so this is first exercise. Okay, the next step. So you know matrix, right? Matrix. You might know, right? Matrix will be like this. Okay. Okay. So this is one 3x3 matrix. Okay. So then you have to take it like 5, 1. So you need to take the first column, okay, and you need to add with this 5 plus 5, okay, and sorry, 5 into 5, okay, take it like that, okay, 5 into 5, 1 into 1, 1 into 1, then 7 into 5, 1 into 1, 2 into 1, then 8 into 5, 2 into 1, 3 into 1, okay. So like this, you have to get the output. Okay. So another, you have to prepare another matrix. Okay. One matrix and first column you have to multiply. So that means output should be 25. Okay. And 35. Okay. And 40. So this is first row. Okay. Second row, I hope you know. Okay. 1 into 1. 1, okay, and 1 into 1 again 1, and 2 into 1 2. Okay, so this is second row. Okay, so like this third row also will be formed, right? Okay, so this is another 3x3 matrix, this one. Okay, so you need to get the output like this. Okay, take one matrix and multiply with the first column. Okay, and find the result matrix. Shall I go for third exercise? Okay. So now consider this. Okay. There is a string like this. Okay. This is a string, entire string, one string. You need to take this as an input. Okay. In this string, there will be a question mark. Okay. That means the formula is like x star y equal to z. Okay. So this is the formula. Okay. X can be any number of any digits. Okay, it can be 2 digits, 3 digits, 4 digits. Okay, any digits, but one of the digit will be question mark. Okay, and then star, then one number. So this will be a defined number. Okay, you know what is this number. Okay, so that means you know what is y always. Okay, x you don't know always. Okay, so it can be any number, that one of the digit you don't know. Okay, so you need to find this. Okay, and the result side z, in the z also one of the digit you don't know. Okay, so there will be question mark in the x and z. Okay, so you need to find which number will be filled in this digit. Okay, and which number will be filled in this digit. Okay, so this is what you need to find it. Okay, so if you take this as an example, 1 2 4 question mark, yeah, so this is minus. Okay, this can be multiplication or addition or subtraction or division. Okay, so any calculation it should work. Okay, so based on the symbol, you need to find the number. Okay, so here the for this digit 5 should be filled, for this digit 1 should be filled, like that. Okay, so this is third exercise. Okay, yeah, so thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.